Hello, viewers. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we have a guest here. The guest is Mr. Willy Osare, teacher of English and literature, and also an examiner. We are going to debate on a doll's house. The question is there love between Nora and Helma, or does Torvald really love Nora? So we are going to try to answer that question, and at the end of the day, we're going to come to a conclusion. So first of all, allow me to invite our guest, Mr. Willy Osare, to tell us something about himself. Thank you.
Okay, thank you a lot, Ezra. I'm O.W. Ching, as you said. My YouTube channel is Osare Willy Literature. And today we are just going to have a look at the debate he has talked about and to see how possible the ability of love, the availability of love in this relationship is. And we'll give a summary at the end of that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Fast forward to today's content. I will be standing to defend that Torvald does not love Nora, and I'll be giving some of the instances from the text that show that Torvald does not really love Nora. Yes, Mr. William, which side will you be standing?
I'll be giving samples of illustrations to show that indeed Torvald loves Nora.
Yes, so if we are introduced to A Doll's House by Henrik Ibsen, and at first there is what I call an appearance of love. Torvald calls Nora using pet names. We are able to see in page 2, Torvald asking, "Is that my little lark twittering out there?" He says, "My little skylark must not droop her wings. Is my little lark out of temper?" So these pet names, I believe, are just an appearance of love. Just still at the beginning, we see Torvald view Nora as someone who is unreliable. When Nora gives her opinion about borrowing that goes contrary to Torvald's thinking, then we see Nora there we see Torvald telling Nora that argument is that like a woman. So it means that these pet names are mere charade. It is just a facade. Yeah, it is not something that Torvald says in a manner that dignifies Nora, but they are meant to demean her and to put her in her rightful place. That is in a subordinate position. Yeah.
Well, your argument may be based on what you've read in the text.
Yes.
But again, if you look at page 20,
Yes.
there is a description Nora gives that proves you wrong utterly.
Yes.
Look at what she says. She says that, and besides, how painful and humiliating it would be for Torvald, with his manly independence, to know that he owed me anything. It would upset our mutual relations altogether. Now, according to Nora, Torvald behaves the way he behaves because of the manly independence.
Yes.
A man has a way of showing love.
Yes.
And when he uses the pet names,
Yeah.
it's not because he degrades the wife,
Yeah.
it's because his manly independence makes him take that particular line. And look at what Nora calls the relationship.
Yes.
A mutual relation. When it is mutual, there is understanding, there is
Yes.
love, there is peace, there is cohesion, which means this family works together as a lovely couple because there is love in that relationship. If you say there's no love, then
Yes.
where does the mutuality come from? That's my point.
Yeah, what we must also find from Nora is that she has been kind of a pretender in the statements that she makes. There is this part where Nora says that Torvald has never loved her. That is towards the end of the text. There is this part where Nora says that Torvald has just found it nice to be in love with her, but Torvald does not love her. So again, that is supported by, in page 110, we see Nora confessing that in their 8 years of marriage, that is the first time, that is after getting to know the real character of Torvald, when the wonderful thing failed to happen. And that is the first time that they are having a serious conversation, but the marriage has been in existence for like 8 years. So this, Nora's, we must also not take Nora very seriously, because there is even a point that she says that she pretended to adopt the tastes of her father. She's more of a pretender. She's pretentious. Yeah. That is also something that we must know with Nora, and we must desist from always, every time, taking her at her word.
I hear you, sir.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yes.
Now, your point is good, but then again, it would be important to get the word from Helmer himself. Does Helmer believe that he loves Nora?
That one brings me to the other point that I would want to try to expound on before I give Mr. Osare here the chance. Torvald is untrustworthy. Torvald cannot be trusted. Torvald has a heartbeat of promises and an anemia of the fulfillment of these promises. Let me take you through some of the statements that Torvald has made in page 46. When Nora asks Torvald what this Krogstad did, the kind of corruption that this Krogstad was involved in, Torvald makes this statement: I am not so heartless as to condemn a man altogether because of a single false step of the kind. So then it is a moment of consolation, a little bit consolation on the part of Nora, because, unknown to Torvald, she is also involved. She's involved in the same forgery or the same undoing that Krogstad was involved in.
Exactly.
And she has that is just a single false step. So that gives her hope that maybe even if she is found out, then Torvald would easily forgive her, according to the statement that Torvald makes in page 46. Let's move again to Torvald in page 62. He says this: come what will, you may be sure I shall have both courage and strength if they be needed. You will see. You will see I am man enough to take everything upon myself. And what reigns in Nora's mind is that come what will, whether the heavens fall down, whether the earth decides to swallow them, whether her secrets of forgery are out, then the husband there promises to have both courage and strength to take everything upon himself. Let's move again to page 101/102, where Torvald tells Nora, do you know, Nora, I have often wished that you might be threatened by some great danger so that I might risk my life's blood and everything for your sake. So when Torvald says this, that is what even leads that is what leads Nora to now tell Torvald to read the letters, knowing very well that Krogstad's letter is among the letters, and the letter has detailed the forgery that was committed by Nora. All these three instances is what lead Nora to now tell Torvald to go ahead and read the letters. But what happens when it is revealed to Torvald of what Nora has been doing, that Nora forged her father's signature and obtained a loan behind his back to take him to the south for treatment. Torvald then starts hurling insults at her. Miserable creature, a hypocrite, a liar, and was a criminal. So he is untrustworthy. His words and actions do not see eye to eye. Thank you.
Teacher Ezra, I think you have watered down my good points.
Yes.
But I'll try and still pull you back.
Yes.
The words of Nora and Helma.
Yes.
Do these two believe there's love between them? In as much as there's been a misunderstanding, there have been loans, there have been untrustworthiness.
Yes.
Look at what Nora says. Page 117.
Yeah.
You mean that I would never have accepted such a sacrifice on your part?
Yes.
No, of course not. But what would my assurances have been worth against yours?
Yes.
That was the wonderful thing which I hoped for and feared, and it was to prevent that I wanted to kill myself.
Yes.
Then Helma finalizes by saying, I would gladly work night and day for you, Nora.
Yes.
Bear sorrow and want for your sake. But no man would sacrifice his honor for the ones he loves.
Yes.
Dear viewers, I'd like to say that the point and the behavior of Helma
Yes.
is based on two things. Number one, the society.
Yeah.
Society expects Helma to uphold his honor.
Yeah.
If Nora made the mistake, let her pay for it.
Yeah.
I would not crucify Helma for not accepting to sacrifice himself for her.
Yeah.
And two,
Yes.
he expresses directly to Nora and tells her, I would work night and day for you.
Yeah.
Viewers, somebody who would work night and day for you. Does that person love you?
Yes. The patriarchal society we live in today, it would really pass as barracking for Nora. Barracking for Torvald is the right thing to do. But we are not here to really try to propagate the ideas of building a more patriarchal society. What we are here to do, or what is in the mind of the curriculum developers, is to try and actualize the equality between the males and the females. But it seems to be from Teacher Willy's idea, it seems as if we are trying to propagate the idea of the patriarchal society. If we go back to other text by Henrik Ibsen, like An Enemy of the People. In An Enemy of the People, we see him try to pit the majority against the minority, and it is really not a must that if the majority have a certain view, whether it is not the right thing, then we should really barrack for it, or we should support it. So Torvald may be someone who is providing for the family, and by the way, is very responsible. Is very responsible in his family, as we saw him even asking Nora how much money she needs to buy things for herself. But then, the kind of love that Nora needs is really not material. And imagine after doing all these things for Nora, then Nora can have the audacity in page 116 to say, I do not love you anymore, with all those things that He did. Nora wants to be. She wants to be part of the movie. She wants to be part of and person. She wants to be recognized at the decision-making table.
Exactly.
Something that Torvald has failed to do for the past 8 years.
Yes.
So then, Nora, Torvald does not really love Nora.
Thank you, Teacher Ezra. I think now your point has come out very clearly.
Yes.
Therefore, in the society,
Yeah.
it is true that Torvald shows love.
Yeah.
But the way he does it is
Yeah.
not what Helma wants.
Yeah.
I think I now back you.
Yeah. The paradox of the paradox that comes out there is that sometimes someone can find it pleasant to be in love, but you don't love the other party. Yeah, that is one paradox of this text. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. I think that's all I had for today.
Thank you very much, Teacher William. Remember to next time come and we continue with other discussions. To our viewers, remember that you can always find Teacher Willy on Osare Willy Literature. Remember to subscribe there for more videos.
Thank you.
Thank you and bye-bye.